this program represents kind of interconnection between two contexts of contemporary music. Music of 20th century, which is based on idea of musical gesture, and of 21st century, which is idea of instrumental gesture. Irish composers are mostly focused on that language of 20th century, which is based on especially melody, phrase, like I can compare it to long breaths, you know, and to work with musical patterns, compositional patterns. But different other pieces are more working on instrumental techniques, developing them, and that's the difference. This is third part of piece from composer Rhona Clarke, Elegy. It's 4 pieces for solo flute, which represents long melody, which is going on through all piece, and parameters such as dynamics and, for example, changing of tempo are the most important musical gestures in this piece. And then you see melody. Dun, 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 dun. And here, for example, you have John Buckley's Fantasias for alto flute. First one is also kind of lamento, also long melody and parameters such accents, dynamics, and also changes of tempo are making definition of this piece, like musical definition. On the other side, you have piece from Raymond Deane, who uses more extended flute techniques, for example, multiphonics, and he's going to idea of 21st century. So through new techniques and developing the techniques, but connected with the first idea working with musical pattern, as well as Ian Wilson piece for piccolo, Switzer machine. He's also working with contemporary instrumental gestures, such as techniques as fluttering and fast movements inside of music fragments. I know that Ireland is in the same situation as Bosnia and Herzegovina, that you don't have real tradition of this kind of music, so I was expecting to find experimental things, like hybrids of languages, and I found it. But I found many pieces, but I chose 5 of pieces I showed you because they have something like their own identity. Every piece has own identity, but they are similar because they are representing kind of real Irish language, especially working with melodical patterns. That's the idea of 20th century, definitely, and I found them really consistent in that idea, really, compositionally and musically consistent, so that's the reason I chose it. I see, how to say, that people who wrote them, they believed in that music. So that's, I think, the reason, because I saw a concept of every piece, like itself, Maybe it's not so academic to say it, but I like it, so that's the reason.